Hello and welcome to the Motivated Gardener. Today I am getting on with this Taxus baccata. It's a tree that I featured in a previous video if you've watched my videos before. You might recall that I used bamboos as splints to straighten out the branches, and I used cord to pull them down below horizontal, and I used the pot as a means of pulling the branches down, and I use the other branches to pull the top ones down. The higher branches, last year's growth, it's time now to start pushing down on them. I want to get them into the position that they'll be grown in. So they're too weak for bamboo, so what I intend on doing is I'm going to wire them down. So if you haven't done that before, that might be interesting to you. So what I need to do first is take out these weeds and then start fertilizing. Spring is only around the corner, so I want to get going on that. So I quantify the amount of fertilizer by the size of the tree and the amount of, I suppose, growth perpetuation that I'm trying to achieve. In this case, lots, because I want to create that dinner plate, oval shaped dinner plate, kind of almost silhouette at the end of every branch. So there's not a whole lot else to say, only get going. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the nip, it's just a nip off the top. There's plenty of other new buds forming lower down, but I do want to keep the pad from getting too long, too scraggly looking. Now, even though long shoots will increase backbudding, I still really feel that I want to keep it some bit in check and some bit tight. So I'm just, as I said, now I'm not going hell for leather. I'm just taking off the nips, and as of course with this particular type of tree, you cut one down and two shoot out. So that builds up the ramification on the pads. And by July I'll be trimming this again anyway. So I've got this little GoPro, so I'm going to strap this on and I'm going to do some close-ups. Okay, so for fertilization I'm using fish mix, and I'm using fast grow seaweed plant fertilizer. They're pellets, like so. So that's what I use mostly for plants or trees that are in pots. For the stuff that's out and in the ground, chicken pellets is good. Not so much. If you're going to use them in the pots, only use a little, because they're laden with salt. So the seaweed is a go, or the fish emulsion. Okay, so we'll fertilize. Okay, so this is the fish emulsion, and I'm pouring it into a 10-litre watering can, about 2 capfuls. It should come out nice and brown, and if you have plenty of money, you can pour it in and it can pour down and into the ground, or you can have a separate container that will catch what I pour in, and then it can be used again. Okay. Start fertilizing. Is generally in accordance with the size of the tree. Okay, so it's got its first pruning, light pruning. It's got its first application of fish emulsion, I'll continue with that every probably 15-20 days at the moment, and as the days lengthen and the temperature soar, it'll be given it every probably 8 to 10 days. As with the pellets, when they're spent, more will be applied to the soil. Okay, the next part for this particular tree, this Niwaki style tree, is to get these last year's growth into a growing position for them. They're too light for the bamboo, so I'll wire them down as if it was a bonsai. So that's it. The next video I'll be in the vegetable polytunnel, where I need to get started on and growing some veg and get some seeds growing in an electrical propagator. So until the next time, take care.